Hello, everyone. Welcome to the King of Anime podcast. Oh my god, it's so fun to be back, you guys. Of course, KOA, the only podcast that is an intervention.
For whom this time?
EA.
We all know who it's for.
It's for
No.
EA.
Well,
EA, you fucked up. How dare
What
you?
did I do?
You fucked up. You did it again.
Sorry.
Disappointed in you.
I didn't mean to leave the toilet seat up.
How dare you leave the toilet seat up? You know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Wait,
You
EA
always
lives here
tell me.
too? He lives here too?
I lost my son to that toilet. Damn it. How dare you?
Never been a little shit.
Is that a joke because it's a toilet?
Yeah.
That toilet.
But
Evil.
there's gonna be a lot of sun losing in this podcast.
that's right, yes.
Unfortunately.
There is a lot of sun losing. That's a good point. So yeah, this is the King of Anime podcast. It's a brand new season, so that means we locked in a bunch of brand new anime. Woo!
Pew, 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 pew.
We're covering, for some reason, the slide did not change to the new one. Let me just correct that real quick. But we're going to be talking about tonight Fate Zero, the Megumin anime, Demon Slayer.
You know it's not called that, right?
Megumin anime? Yeah,
I
it's totally...
just call it Konosuba Explosion. That's what I call it.
I just call it Megumin anime.
The official name is Konosuba, an explosion on this wonderful world.
Yeah, we're not saying that.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, the Megumin anime.
Just call it Boom.
Some people are gonna be like, oh, I thought you guys were watching Batum. The fuck?
Who's if there are people that show up for us talking about Batum, then
Oh my
we
god.
did a good job.
That's a good point. But yeah, tonight we're going to be talking about Fate Zero, the Megumin anime, Insomniacs After School, Demon Slayer, and of course Vinland Saga, all of the new episodes. So that should be very fun. As well, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, because at 500 subs, we're going to be switching over from audio to face cams. So you will get to see all of our beautiful faces.
And how unkept we are. It'll be so great.
Except for
Yeah.
mine. Except for mine. I am choosing to abstain.
Oh no, you're not.
I'm going to be using my chibi from my main channel.
Sasuke, let's get him.
Yeah.
It's
Just
gonna
give
be.
them the treatment.
It's gonna be really cool. I'll be like a VTuber.
All right,
then-
yeah, you go left, I go right.
You
Wait,
got
wait,
it.
no,
Ready, break.
Wait, hold on. If I become a VTuber, then there's gonna be a lot of simps that donate to me. And you!
And me
All right.
what?
You go high, EA, I go low.
What?
Yep,
What?
okay.
Oh, stop!
Ready, and
Hold
break.
on, no! Wait. Both of you will get money if I become a VTuber on KOA.
Oh, I do like money.
No,
Yeah,
Money is cool.
right. Money's very cool. So let's just go ahead and let's calm down.
Okay. All right.
All right. You're fired.
What? That was quick. Well, now I'm ready to go for the ankles.
Wait, no.
So he's
I didn't-
already been
listen,
planning to replace
listen,
us with AI
how
for
does-
a while.
How does season April Fool's joke? This is not real. Fake news.
Oh. And it is the spring season. Are you guys feeling springy? Is that a adjective?
I guess my mattress is.
It's
Got
hotter
a good
over
mattress.
here. So
Yeah.
I mean, I would say it's springy for Arizona, which
Oh.
is 97 degrees outside.
It's pretty
Spring
cool.
might be my
usually.
favorite season.
Yeah, same here. I like summer, but summer just gets too hot during the day, which I hate.
Ugh. The Arizona summers are ungrueling, I tell you.
Yep. In the chat, we got Sean Montague. He says, "Oh word." Decrepit Storm says, "Ayo." URW6 says, "What up, KOA? Finished my round of English dubs for winter season, and Trigun Stampede dub is awesome. Stampede Saturdays are going to be missed." That is true. Elizabeth says, "Never a dull moment with you guys. Lol. Happy Monday, everyone." Thank you, Elizabeth. Appreciate it.
First time caller. Happy Monday.
Decrepit Storm says, "You're not talking about Batoon."
Hopefully not. Hopefully never.
Well, guess what's coming this summer?
Please.
Wait, what is coming this summer?
You'll have to wait and see.
EA's choice.
I feel dumb. Anyways, moving on. Light Roller says, "Explosion!" And Decrepit Storm says, "Get a VTuber model of your chibi." There you go.
Or just hire a real model.
That,
Just have her in the videos.
yeah.
That's what I do for my Twitch.
Just hire someone to pretend it's me.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just replace you with Kyle's McGiles, and she can just be a VTuber the whole time.
Hello, Uwu, it's me, Kyles. We're gonna talk about Toradora. EA, what'd you think about this episode of Toradora?
It absolutely sucked.
EA, no it wasn't. It was great. Tell him, Wolf. Oh, EA, you better stop fucking around over there, mate. Oh, come over there and fuck you up.
I feel like I should be offended on Kyle's McGill's behalf. I don't know how accurate that impression was, but I feel like I should be offended for her.
It's very accurate. Don't be offended. Be impressed that I was able to even pull
the
that
wolf
off.
impression was pretty great.
Oliver, are you home from school? Do you need help with your homework, Oliver?
Oh, by the way, we're not doing Toradora. It's a thing called a joke. All right.
Oh, I thought we
Yeah.
were. I watched the whole series
Ooh.
for today.
Toradora on this show. Ever.
What if
Unless
somebody-
someone donates certain currency.
What if Decrepit Storm drops $6 million?
I mean, for 6 million. Yeah, I'll watch it for 6 million.
6 million. I'll do 3 episodes.
What? Wow.
That's 2 million an episode.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shield Hero got more screen time than Toradora, and that was for free.
Yeah. You got to play hard to get. Just like Tiger.
Oh my god. Well, let's go ahead and let's get into viewer questions. If you're not already familiar with viewer questions, in the description we have a doc that you can click on and submit your questions, and we'll read it live on the podcast and react to it and give you answers to these burning questions. Our first question is, have you ever had an important plot point of a series you like spoiled? I got a
I think
good one.
everybody
for this.
has.
Yeah. I sure have. Well, I guess I won't spoil it for everyone else, but let's just say I was playing a video game that involved a certain something that happened in Doki Doki, and it got spoiled before it even happened, and I was just like, damn that person that did it.
Damn. I remember watching part of you playing Doki Doki. I didn't know they
Yeah,
spoiled
same.
you.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't the Yuri part. That was the part that was insane. It was the part where you know who hung herself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
spoiled with that because I was like, why is the noise? Why is the music gone? And then the person in the chat literally spoiled it, and I went, what the fuck?
Oh my
Yep.
god.
Twitch chat.
It's like, I
Bunch of
wasn't
assholes.
asking for an answer, you dick. I was
Oh
just-
yeah. See.
That's-
Yeah. Oh, that's so annoying. And the thing is, I've been so blessed because my the people on my Twitch so far, I'll say so far, they've been self-aware to not spoil stuff like that, and have been like conscious to know that like when I ask questions on the stream, I'm not literally asking the question.
Yeah.
I'm just going, I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's stupid.
My Demon Slayer video from yesterday, I was asking questions, but like not to anyone, just in general, and like speculating and theorizing and stuff because I haven't read ahead, and people in the comments were like, there was one dude, I read the replies first because it was like a whole paragraph, and I was like, something fishy, and sure enough, someone in the reply said, "Spoilers, bro," and I'm like, oh right, so I banned him. So that was fun. I love banning people, especially on Sea Tactics, because oh my god, people, dude, love to be toxic. But for me, I had I think the biggest one was episode 8 of Attack on Titan, the final season. Where they,
oh man,
after the raid on Liberio, and they go into the Zeppelin and shoot a certain person and then teabag them.
Oh, I love that episode.
And then eat them.
Oh, what is this? Is that your new thing now for this season? Cannibalism?
No. I got a new thing.
You always
Trust
have
me.
to have a new thing every season,
No.
whether it's trying to be hip and trendy or
What?
I
am
doing
hip and
lots
trendy.
of slideshows.
listen.
This time it's about eating people.
Listen, EA, I want you to know I bought a pair of orange pants. Okay? You should understand that.
Is
that
that
significant?
That's
That's
very
sick.
significant. That's a major arc for me. It's a plot development.
Oh, so that's like when the shonen girls cut their hair?
Yes. Wait.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Or maybe there's a huge arc in your pants.
He's trying to hide something.
Bro,
He's trying to distract us.
I heard the worst pickup line the other day. It was, "Oops, I dropped something in your pants. Let me get it." I was like, what the fuck?
That is pretty bad.
I think that's sexual harassment. I don't even think that's a pickup line.
I know. I mean, whatever happened to did you fall from heaven? 'Cause you're an angel or something. At least that's clever.
Oh my god, Philip in the chat says get the likes up so C can be hip and trendy and eat all the human flesh he wants.
Woo.
I guess
the
that's a
Crepper
good
Storm
one.
said, also, thanks for the answer on the Shadows House last week, Sasuke. Good to hear it's still going strong. I'll definitely get around to reading a manga at some point. I hope you do, the Crepper Storm. And when you do, let me know how you feel about it. Volume to volume, after you finish it, doesn't matter. I would like to be updated.
Also, as well, I want to say about spoilers. I almost can't trust them at the same time. So, like, when I see one, and, like, let's say, for example, the Attack on Titan spoilers. Somebody spoils me on Attack on Titan, and I don't know what's going to happen. There's a part of me that goes, are they fucking with me? Because I've had multiple times with, actually, Attack on Titan specifically, where people would say something, and it, like, for example, like, when Eren gets his head shot off. Like, people were like, oh, man, Eren dies. He's dead. He's dead. He's never coming back. And it, like, what? He technically never died. His head just became detached for like a split second. That's it.
What I usually hate about spoilers is the soft spoilers where people act like they're really covert in what they're saying, but
They're
it
very
doesn't.
obvious.
Yeah, it's very obvious if you just think about it. Like, if you're
Bro.
knowledgeable about a series or something, you can tell, like, you can read in between the lines and understand it.
Wow, bro, look at her closet. What? Wouldn't that be weird if there was like something in there? Bro.
Speaking of spoilers, remember that time? I think it was you, Sasuke, that you nominated Akito for Best Male Husbando, And then I looked it up. I was in a drunken stupor. I'm like, this says
Yep.
that she's a woman. And you're like, EA, see, it's like you were stumbling, like trying to be like, you need to. And the funny
Yeah,
thing is,
I couldn't do anything about it.
I forgot all about it. And then when I actually watched Fruits Basket, I went, oh, now I understand what Sasuke was talking about.
Yeah, like you opened Pandora's box, and I literally couldn't do anything because if I tried to disprove it, it would like either way it would have been a spoiler.
You just gotta leave it alone. You just gotta leave it alone. A nuke was just
but
detonated.
C-Tactics threw in a great save though. He was like, "Yeah, those fandom websites, you can't really trust them."
I think that was
it's
me
funny
being
because I
legit.
spoiled myself and didn't even know it.
I remember that time you watched like some opening for a show, and I was like, literally like, EA, there's literally spoilers, and you're like, no, I'm gonna watch it. And I'm like, EA, you don't understand. There's spoilers in the opening. Like it spoils the entire thing.
Yeah, for ReZero, and I had no idea what was even going on. So to me, it wasn't a spoiler. You know, I remember that too. I'm like, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be edgy.
Yes. I was like, okay, well, all right. Decrepit Storm says, yeah, there was one guy who told me a fake spoiler that Aaron cucks Mikasa. That's not fake. That's real. It's real, bro. It's AOE. Have you ever heard of AOE theory?
Oh god.
Fuck me.
That's the real AOE. People are just, out here going like, blah, 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 AOE. That's the fake AOE. Mine is the real AOE.
Bleh.
Next question. Who's the villain with the dumbest plan you've seen in an anime/manga? Licorice Recoil guy.
Well,
he meant well, but
I have one.
Go ahead.
I don't know if he would be considered a villain or not. But I guess like the older version of Broly had the stupidest determination. He wanted to kill Goku because he cried when he was a baby and kept him awake.
That is a pretty good one, actually.
That is so stupid. Like the new Broly in Broly Super is so much better and has a greater character plot versus the original one. Ugh.
Plan. I feel like I could definitely throw a Dragon Ball character in there.
You do tons of Dragon Ball.
I feel like Babidi is probably really bad, just because what he planned on doing was just have Majin Buu like wreak havoc and take over the world, blah blah blah. He kept antagonizing everybody, and it's just what was going on with Majin Buu as far as him becoming more aware and him betraying Babidi was just, it was inevitable. Like he kept like backstabbing everybody, and it was just like, bro, at some point somebody's just going to turn back on you, especially when he's so weak.
Yeah.
Carp in the chat, how you doing, Carp? Says Klahadore has a terrible plan. That is true. That is very true. One Piece, by the way.
I feel like we could say a lot, but it's not a lot I could think off the. Oh, actually, no. You know what? You know who had a terrible plan?
Let's hear it.
Shao Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist.
I forget what was his again.
He fused his daughter with his dog.
Yeah.
To basically reinstate his alchemist license.
Oh.
And it's kind of like, okay, you were going to do that, but they were going to figure out what happened with your daughter. He already did the same thing. It's implied that he did the same thing with his wife, and he did it with his daughter and dog. So them finding that out was just a matter of time. So he was going to have his license for maybe a day at most.
That's a really good point. That is true. It's like, hey, look what I did, dude. You did the exact same thing to your wife. You're fired.
He's just gonna go to prison.
There's a soundboard
No, he
on
just gets
Discord now?
fired.
What the?
What the? Huh? Huh? What's going on?
What?
What is he doing?
I can't hear anything.
You don't hear the soundboard stuff that C is doing right now?
Let me turn this up.
Ah, this is perfect.
How do you not hear that? This has to be a conspiracy against me.
It must be the speakers. I seriously can't hear anything.
What the fuck? How can you not hear that?
I'll hear it again on the replay.
See, it's like he's doing DJ horns and all this other stuff. Like what?
Oh, did you get a Steam Deck?
No, there's a soundboard on Discord now.
Is there?
Yeah, I'm using it right now.
Oh, are you on your phone, EA?
No, I'm on a laptop. But
I don't know.
the
Maybe you
speakers-
gotta update it or something. Is it
Maybe
updated?
Maybe I'm just old.
Is your Discord updated? Because it introduced the soundboard thing, I think, just like recently.
Maybe it's not.
It should be. If it's not updated, it should be like a download thing somewhere in the top right corner. I believe that's usually where it's at.
Oh, it says update ready. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would try to update it because I can see the soundboard too.
Oh, EA died.
So he's going to update his stuff. Shouldn't take too long.
Elizabeth says, "What's the duck?" That's a good question. That's a great.
Oh
great
God,
question.
I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to like get rid of the soundboard from my server.
Well, EA, you're back.
Yeah, I shouldn't have clicked that. Now I'm on my phone.
Uh oh.
It's fine.
Well, Garp says Karoo.
I was so confused. I thought like EA was conspiring against me. I was like, there's no way he can't hear this.
Anyways, next question. You enter a room and there's a hiking bear standing there. What do you do? There is a correct answer, and I'm not going to tell you.
What the hell is a hiking bear?
A hiking bear?
Like, is it a bear that hikes? You know, it's just like hitchhiking. It's got like its claw out and everything waiting to get picked up.
I think you're supposed to make yourself appear bigger, but I think that only works on like certain bears. With bears, there's really nothing. You can't climb a tree. They can climb faster than you. You can't run. They run much faster than you. Definitely can't box it.
I was thinking like
Yeah,
from the. I thought I was thinking of like the hiking bear from One Piece in the Drum Island arc. That they just randomly come upon and they just leave and never mention it, talk about it again. Oh wait, that is the correct answer.
What?
Oh, look at that. There's a soundboard.
Yeah.
The harem bear?
At least we finally figured out how they made those bears. So yeah, next question. Last question. Most important question of the evening. In light of YouTubers going into boxing, who would you all fight? I imagine Satsuki versus King of Lightning, EA versus Rogers Base, and C versus Chibi.
What are these matchups?
I know. I don't even know who Rogers Base is.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. KOA is winning our matchup. Well, I'm probably not gonna beat King of Lightning because he has a lot of weight over me. But I could last longer. EA is beating Rogers Base, and C is beating Chibi.
All right.
I mean, me and Chibi are like literally from the same state. We live like 20 minutes from each other. That's not a lie. Legit. We live like 20 minutes from each other. Never met him. We're gonna show up. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna walk out. My walkout music is gonna be the Trigun opening. the original one.
Woo.
And I'm just gonna come out with like an actual machine gun, and I'm just gonna fire it and just spray it into the air.
What?
And then I'm going to, after it's all of its ammo is deplenished, I'm gonna take the machine gun, right? I'm gonna take the like the belt that houses all the bullets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap it around the gun, and I'm gonna like use it as like a ball and chain, and I'm gonna hit Chibi with it.
You know, Chibi's like 5'4" and probably weighs like 110 pounds. I think you could just punch him once.
Yeah, but it's cooler the way that I do it, because I get to fire a machine gun.
Are you like a Megumin? We have to do it cool.
Yeah.
We shouldn't do it at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Chibi, watch out.
Chibi, literally, watch out. Duck, Chibi.
Roger's base looks like an alternate version of Elon Musk. I'm looking at him right now.
Oh shit!
Leave Roger's base alone.
You're gonna.
I'll
fuck up
gladly
Elon?
box him. I'll come out in a theme. What would be my boxing theme? I'd probably support a local band, but for the KOA show, I'd probably do Sink or Swim. Na, 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 na. The Vinland Saga season 1 opening.
You do penis
line. No one gets intimidated by penis line.
Well, that's the thing.
Penis line, penis. What?
Oh, by the way, that came out the other day.
Yeah.
I saw. Actually, the animation looks better than season 1. So, good on them.
I think I ought to come out to Victory by Biggie. That's my song.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm gonna come out to the sound of the wind. So I'm ominous and foreboding. I'm just gonna take like the first 30 seconds of Holy Diver by Dio, just cut out the rest of it, and then just the howling wind.
I take that back. I'm coming out to Limp Bizkit Sanuki, especially that freaking bass at the beginning, that that's where I just start jumping, and then when it just kicks into that, riff, I'm just like, oh, I'm throwing punches in the air. I'm like, yeah, no one can defeat me.
The real question is, how many rounds are we lasting?
I mean, I will walk.
I'm probably done after 3.
I'm probably done after walking down the ramp. I'm gonna be real.
I'll just give it to him. I'll be like, hey, can you stand? Okay, I'm done. Here, let's touch gloves. I'm done.
I feel like most of our fights is gonna go down to like Mexican style boxing, just no dodge, just punching each other.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. I'm just gonna do a barrel roll like in Dark Souls.
You're gonna do a barrel roll.
I'm gonna do a barrel roll. Are you guys ready to talk about Nakama Club?
Yosh?
I think so, though I'm not too sure of what I watched.
Well,
that's easy.
I will. It's not, Satsuki. It's not. Let's talk about Fate Zero Episode 1.
Okay.
So, EA, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you understood literally nothing, because that was my experience when I first watched this.
From what I took from the episode, there's they're summoning, just like the name of the title. They're summoning warriors. They're battling for the Holy Grail. And for some reason, there's a girl with leeches sleeping in with bugs in a pit of bugs. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And
Good nice rest right there.
Rin Tosaka is a kid, and she's a freaking Cinder as a little child too.
Yep, absolutely is.
And I don't know, like, there's a baby that was born. Somebody's I don't fucking know.
I love this. You actually understood more of it than I did when I first watched it, because I already told EA this, but my first experience watching Fate was I watched like the first minute of like Unlimited Blade Works, and I was like, what the fuck is this? What the hell's going on? And I like, my friend was like, oh, there's like a prequel, Fate Zero, you gotta watch that first. So I'm like, okay. Watched Fate Zero, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I just dropped it for like a couple months or like a year or something. And then I came back and I watched Fate Zero again, and I was like, oh, okay, I get this now. But basically, you got it right, EA. Pretty much, for the most part. They're all partaking in a what they call a Holy Grail war, which is literally a war for a Holy Grail. And the Holy Grail is an omnipotent force that when you win, it grants you your one truly most desired thing as your one wish, and it also gives the same thing for the servant who wins it for you, because a human can't touch the Holy Grail, only the servant can. At the very beginning, what you're talking about is Kiritsugu's child with Irisfeel, who's Ilya. You'll see more of her soon. That relationship is very important. You'll see that in episodes 2 through 4 next week, and you'll understand a lot more. But I would surmise that you probably would like Kiritsugu quite a bit in this series.
I'm still sticking on Ryder being his favorite character.
Oh, he'll definitely like Ryder too. I think Ryder, Kide, and Kiritsugu favorites. That's just me.
Yeah, it was certainly a lot of build-up this particular episode, and I don't know, I guess I'm just looking forward to see what happens. I saw your wife at the very end of this episode.
Oh yeah, Seba. Yeah,
He
Seba's
said,
great.
My master.
How many licks does it take to get to the center?
Fun fact: every time she is summoned, she says that. Like, that's her thing. When you summon
many
Saber,
licks?
she's like, "No, not that. No, no." What she said in the episode of like, "Are you fit to be my master?"
Oh,
Or
that's
whatever
right.
the fuck. Honestly, that wasn't even my favorite part. My favorite part was the stuff with Waver, and the stuff with Karia as well. I think those two really shined in this episode. What did you think about Karia, EA?
Which one's Karia again? I'm bad with names, I'm sorry.
Karia is the guy who was friends with Aoi, who is the mother of Sakura and Rin, and gets the worms, the crest worms, injected
He's
into
talking
him.
about Wormy guy.
Wormy guy. He's the one that he's the bald guy?
No, he's the
He's the guy
bald
with the hair.
guy's son.
He's the guy who's the bald guy is like, whose name's Oken, is like, Karia, if you survive a whole year, then you'll be worthy to enter the Holy Grail War.
He's the one that wants to protect the little girl.
Okay. He seems noble.
He's like,
He seems
well, who do you think is like good and bad in this series?
I mean, it's hard to tell. Like, I think the guy that we see at the very beginning with the wife, and then there's the baby, I think he's probably good. You know, since you want to protect. But, there was a guy with short hair who seemed rather young. He seems like he'd be a wild card.
was he in a red suit?
I think so. If I remember.
It's Rin Tosaka's father, Tokiyomi.
Okay. And then there's someone with long hair. Anybody with long hair is evil. That's just a given.
Who's the long hair?
No. Wasn't long hair. Like he had like scars all over his face. At the end. See, I'm so fucking bad. I'm sorry.
Scars with his face at the very end. Trying to think.
When they were like doing the summoning, and you saw like his face all like scarred up. Maybe
I think you might be talking about Karya.
Yeah,
I think you're talking about Karya.
Karya.
But Karya's the same guy, and his face just looked like that after he was in the worm pit because he did it for power. So yeah, his hair went from black to white.
Okay. I think I was confused of the character.
Yeah, same guy.
Okay. If there's a British villain in here, he's probably the evil guy.
Well, there is a British person in this already.
He's evil.
Not a villain, but he's Saber. She's British.
Damn Brits.
Yeah, she's evil then.
Well, okay. Let's well, like with the whole service thing, there's summoning like past heroes from different times and eras and whatnot. And they already mentioned who Saber was, her being Sir Arthur. So, and you seen like with the relics that they get, the one that Waver stole was like this cloth that he stole from the teacher that was shitting on him, and that's how he was able to summon his servant. So yeah, so like that's always a cool aspect of Fate, the Fate series in general. They're all like past heroes. Like you can kind of think of some players in history that may show up in Fate.
Ooh, it's gonna be Rocky.
Just Rocky.
Adrian.
No,
I think there is. Like I think in Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night, I'm pretty sure like they're canon in this series. Like there's even like Da Vinci, and I think one of the presidents, I think like Thomas Jefferson or something, is like a hero.
George W.
I don't think W is, but that would be great.
He's just like, I'm here to take on some people. Evil doers.
So where
well, I want to add too, like with the servants, they all because there's 7 masters involved in it. We've seen all of them, barring one master and servant that we didn't see, and they belong to 7 different classes. So I don't think they've named all the classes yet, so I won't like go over them, but they at least you know a Saber, so you know of the Saber class.
They mentioned most of them. Though they mentioned all of them. I just forgot what one of them was. They mentioned Saber. That's the class that usually uses like a sword or something, and it's all around like an all-arounder kind of class. Then you have Rider, usually literally like riding something like a chariot or like a bike or something like that, or like a horse. Then you have Assassin. An assassin is always like a very shifty kind of character. Berserker is just gigantic dudes fighting, or scantily clad women, whichever one. Then there's Caster, which is kind of like the mage, and then there's Archer, who is the long range archer type. So, and there's another one, I forget the other one, but there's 7 of them. And as well, the summoning ritual, they have to have something of value to them, like something that has a strong, like something like, for example, like Saber's scabbard. Because they have that, they're able to summon Saber. And as well, it's also not known how the servants are picked in the Grail War. We do know for a fact that the mages with like a big lineage, like the Einsburns, the Tosakas, and the Matos, since they have such a strong lineage, they've been in like they were in the first Grail War. This is the third one, I believe, or the fourth one. I can't remember if Stay Night is the fifth one or the fourth one, but yeah. So, but other than those three, it's it could be like literally anyone, pretty much, as long as they have some sort of magical circuit and they know how to harness magic to some degree, they can be entered into it with really without, I don't want to say without their consent, but just at random. So it's it chooses, and it picks and chooses.
So EA, as far as like the characters, who's the character that left an impression on you, as far as like you remembering what they did or whatever?
Well, probably, excuse me, it would probably have to be, even though I forgot that it was the same guy, the dude that jumped into the pit and then came out, because it seemed like he wanted to protect that one little girl, if I'm remembering.
Yeah, Sakura.
Yeah, I think that one had a huge impression to me, and yeah, I was mistaken. Not the guy in the red that I was that I said that I was rooting for, because he kind of seems like a dick. He's always had his eyes closed. He's got a little beard. No, I mean, there was like a kid at the very end that had like kind of length hair who was summoning somebody. Like, he looked really young.
Oh,
Waver. Talking
Waver.
about Waver.
Yeah. Waver is somebody who, whoever he summons, I think, would maybe have a good chance. But he seems kind of rogue because he's kind of like by himself, you know?
Yeah, Waver is a really cool character. He got his own spin-off anime series.
Oh.
He was so popular. But he's interesting because I like in this episode how he wakes up and he goes out and has breakfast, and it's like this seemingly like normal scene. There's like a bunch of murders going on in Fuyuki again, and it turns out that these old people are not like his grandparents, just some random people that he like used magic on.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It shows. Well,
Go
it shows like his character and how kind of like he almost like he's a little cocky.
Yeah. They do a lot to show you like how magic works in this world, because it's known to people, but obviously not everybody can harness it, and that's why it's a select few people that get chosen to participate in the Holy Grail. And also, what's to be noticed is like the people that do use magic, because they hone in on this thing in particular because it shows the big contrast between the magic users and Kiritsugu, and that's that the people who use magic have to play by the rules to some degree. Like, they had to actually be like law-abiding citizens. Like, some people go outside of that, of course, but there's rules to the game. But then there's someone like Kiritsugu who is known as the mage killer and like specializes in killing people that use magic, and that's why a lot of people are wary of him.
Yeah.
And he's basically like this person without any type of deep ties and lineage, because another thing that they detail is that a lot of these families that you've seen come from the Mato, Iceburns, or the Tosaka family. So they all have like a deep history of using magic, and they pass it down to their kids, and it's like generational. But Kiritsugu is kind of detached from that, and but still he goes to the Iceburns and, you know, participates in the war. He's a pretty cool character. I think you would definitely like him.
Right.
I do as well. I like Kirei in this series because they describe him as I like how like near the end Kiritsugu, and he's talking with Irie about Kirei, and he's like, "What? Who is this guy?" Like, as soon as he he almost masters something, and you think he's gonna go into this field and just, but he just stops, and he just completely drops everything and starts anew again. And you see Kirei on the opposite. He's basically saying the same thing about Kiritsugu. What is his drive in this war to win it? He is the mage killer. Is he doing it for money? He's been in pretty much every notable war in human history in the last however many years he's been alive. He even took down a whole jetliner airplane just to kill one target. So is he doing it for money? What is he doing it for? And the same can be said about Kirei. And we know what Kirei's involvement is. At the very beginning, he's basically there to assure the Tosakas win. He's sort of one of their pawns in the war. So
I think that was a good scene though, because it had like two characters who didn't interact with each other at this point. Kind of correctly characterized them in that, because like with Kirei, everybody's going in with the assumption that, oh, this guy just does whatever he's told. I mean, and that is his thing, but Kiritsugu correctly like assumes that he just doesn't have a passion because he masters all this stuff but never fully commits to anything. And then with how they thought about Kiritsugu, they're going, well, he's just doing this for money. But Kirei thinks about him as like, no, he can't be doing this for money. It has to be some bigger purpose that I'm not really seeing. So they're kind of filling out each other without actually without engaging with each other in person. That's pretty cool.
as well, some of the other participants, like Kenneth El Meloy, which, if you don't know, El Meloy is a title designated to him. To be an El Meloy is like a really high position in the Clock Tower. And the Clock Tower in the Fate universe is like kind of like the institution in which all mages officially go to and practice and study magic and legally, so to speak. Kenneth, he basically wants to do it because, you know, he's been in the mage. He's basically like doing it by the rules, sort of, so to speak. And he was at one point, he was going to have two ancient relics to summon two servants. So as well, but Waver stole one. But so
I do want to say, EA, if you don't know who Kenneth is Blondie, who was the Blondie teacher.
Oh yeah,
yelling at him.
Yeah, he's yelling at Waver. But yeah, and then they when they become servants as well, they get like crests on their hands. It's like a summoning crest, a stigmata. And they get 3. They basically can tell their servant to do something 3 times. They give them 3 orders, and it could be anything. Like it could literally be like, you could be halfway around the world separated from your servant. You could be like, I demand you to come here, servant, right now, and they would literally teleport. So it's almost, that in of itself is almost like an omnipotent kind of force. There's a lot of really interesting stuff going on in Fate, and this whole episode really, honestly, was just a lot of setup, a lot of explaining the mechanics of the world, how it works, and it's very boring. But it's one of those it's one of those things where once you like get to episode like 2 or 3 or 4, like you immediately understand what's going on. It's pretty self-explanatory at the same time. But this is just here to make sure you don't get you're not going in cold. So
yeah, I think it's a lot to take in on this first episode, especially because it's a longer length episode. But like C said, I think once you get into it, it's really not that complicated. It's just what they were really doing, explaining the families, the important people in it, how the world works, and how this war is going to work, and so forth. But I mean, once they get into the fight, and then I think
Think
you're
of it.
good.
It's a battle royale. Think of it that way. Last person wins.
I was gonna say it's a Fortnite. Is Saber gonna do the Orange Justice?
She kills someone that does it dance.
Oh my god. I mean, yeah, that is a good way to think of it, though. Like, it's, you know, whoever is the last person standing gets the chicken dinner. So, #1 victory royale.
Decrepit Storm said, if you were a servant, what would it take to summon you? So what would our relic be? I guess my relic would definitely be like the bandanas I wear, like one of my bandanas. I always have one, so
Mine's gonna be my Sakura Mato figure.
there you go.
And mine would be some type of beard oil.
That's a pretty good one. Crepit Storm says, foresee the Vladilena shirt? Not at all. Not even a little. Listen. Listen. I'm
No,
tired
it's the
of this.
body pillow. You got to get that right.
I don't have a body pillow of Sabalina.
What? I'll ask the chat this question: what class do you think we would KOA belong to?
I think, like, as a group, we would be like, I think, like, a rider.
Nah, individually. If you had to take one class for all of us, what would those classes be?
I could see
I don't know.
myself. I think EA would be Lancer.
All right.
Lancer? I don't know. I think EA would probably be like EA would probably be Ryder.
I mean, that's a good one too. I think I'd be. What's usually the dumb character? I think it's the dumb.
C is Berserker.
Oh, okay, I'm a Berserker.
This is crazy. just insane.
That's another point. Zokin was talking to Karya and was like, to summon your servant, because of your weak magical crest, we're going to have to add a boost to this servant. Basically what it is, it's like, you know, like in an RPG or something, like you apply an effect to like a weapon. Think of it that way. And the one that he applied to his servant, which is Berserker, is Insanity, which means anyone who basically has Berserker, or that particular servant that has Insanity applied to it, is insane, and so is the servant. So Karya is about to lose it, pretty much.
He's also on borrowed time.
Yeah, he's got a month left to live. He's gonna die in a month, and he has a month basically to save Sakura, Aoi, and Rin, and Tokiyomi.
Yep.
Even though Tokiyomi is in the war itself too, so it's all a very complicated web. A good way, EA as well. It's important as well just to know this in general. Fate Zero is a battle of ideals. So Tokiyomi has his ideals, Karya has his ideals, Kiritsugu, Kirei, they all have separate ideals, and think of it as a battle to the death of which ideal is the victor, would win.
I gotcha. What I want to know is, where is people die when they are killed?
That
he's not in this.
yeah. Shiro.
What?
Yeah, Fate. That's Fate Stay Night, and that's the.
Yeah, that's the next series. That's the mainline stuff. This is the prequel.
You screwed us over.
What? Well, I mean, he's. Listen, you'll see. But I think that really covers everything. There wasn't too much to go over necessarily. It's just a lot of
You
explaining.
made like 2 pages of notes.
Yeah, but it's all like explaining generally the same thing, which is just they're all in a battle royale. And there's a lot of politics and ideals and stuff going on.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens next. I mean, like I said, it was a lot of information to take in, and I was just it was a little overwhelming, especially if you really don't know what's going on. But
Yeah.
I'm sure once everything starts moving right along, I'll be like, oh, okay, now I get it.
As a person who now knows, I know, like, I'm pretty much like a Fate aficionado at this point.
You're a Fate stan.
I'm a Fate stan night. Watching this again, I'm like, I totally got all of it. It was boring for me in a different perspective. It was boring for me because I knew it all. So this first episode is fine. It's just really boring. So is what it is.
And I think that may have been what turned me off the first time. To be honest,
I think the first episode for UBW as well is boring. I think pretty much anything Ufotable has done with Fate has been, the first episode has always been pretty boring. And as well, you know how like right now we're watching Vinland Saga season 2, how like the first 12 episodes is like on a farm and it's kind of quiet. And then now that we're getting into the second half, things are picking up. They take that same ideology with Fate. So Fate Zero season 1, like the first half, the first 12 episodes are going to be a little bit more calm, but the last 12 episodes, however, are insane. So that's when you'll really start to see why people really love and take to this series.
Yeah. So like as far as like going forward, like talking about this series, it's just, this is setting the table. Like if you're ever confused on it, of course you can ask me, and we'll try to explain things as we go on. But like I said, it's really just explaining the families, how things work, but it's not all that complicated once they actually get into the more or I guess the less talkative bits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good news though, next couple episodes are pretty much a breeze. Some of the best episodes, so it'll be fun. With that being said, let's move on to our main show. Let's now talk about Megumin the anime, episode 1. This of course is the dude. This episode was amazing. I laughed my ass off. At one point, what was his name? Puchin or something? He said tubular, or no, that was Megumin's dad.
Yeah, it was his dad.
I'm like, fucking tubular? What do you mean tubular? And even they were like, tubular?
It's like, where did he get that language from? I thought that was something from another world.
Hey, maybe there's some backstory.
But I liked how they kept the same style of humor too. Because that was one of the things where I was like, are they going to keep the humor the same? Or are they going to change it up a bit because it's specifically about Megumin's story? I was curious about that, but yeah, I guess in order to be, I don't know, a wizard or a warlock or a witch or whatever, you have to have a cool pose with a cool backstory.
Oh my god, that was the funniest. Oh my god. Dude, I loved it when they were doing the poses and it started to rain and the tulips started to attack. That was amazing.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. I see Megumin still has her hate for people that got bigger boobs than her. And it's funny to me because I know in Konosuba, she hates Yun, considers her a rival. Yun's pretty much the same, except she's got bigger boobs now. But in this, she doesn't have any. You know, she's just like Megumin. Yeah. But at some point, she's gonna be like,
get those boobs, yeah.
Exactly. She's gonna be like, this motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. It's gonna be so funny.
Yeah. Animation was pretty good too, surprisingly. Like the explosion animation stuff, I was like, nice. Nice.
I think this is the same studio that did To Your Eternity season 2. So yeah, that makes sense. Pretty good.
Huh.
Yeah, definitely. At the very least, as good as all the other seasons and the movie, to some degree. Maybe the movie looks a little bit more cinematic, but.
Yeah, they I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there are some parts that I'm missing. Like I'm missing the rest of the gang. It's not the same without Aqua or Kazuma or even Darkness. I mean, Megumi's doing fine by herself, but I feel like the other characters are either okay or just average. Like I just miss those other characters.
Yeah, it's definitely going to rely on a new cast. So it is as well. The upside for that, though, is it's going to be somewhat refreshing than just watching yet another season of, Konosuba. So that's good. I also like the beginning of this episode because like they just start having a conversation in front of a giant wall of flame and magma. What the fuck's happening?
Oh, yeah.
Like, and then after that, I don't know if they named her, whoever this big boob mage lady is that Megumin wants to learn from. Was she failing to swindle Megumin, and Megumin was just not having any of it?
I don't know. I almost feel like she thought that she was a little kid and maybe she wouldn't set her sights too high on something. But then she was like, "I want world domination. I want." I want I forget what else she said, but it was like really unachievable things, and she's just like, can we do a little bit smaller than that? And then she was like, fine, just help me catch some crawdads by the river or something.
Oh my god, it's so great. And as well, Megumin's family, insane. They're just crazy. They're absolutely off their rockers. They eat raw eggs and drink boiled water. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, you might as well just take that same water you boiled the eggs from and just eat hard-boiled eggs and just drink drink the water from the pan.
They were like, when the mom cracked the egg in Megumin's cup, I was like, what the fuck? Like, is this normal? Like, is this like a cultural? What is the hell is happening? This doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
What did you think, Satsuki?
I think what I found the most interesting about this episode is that it kind of changes your perspective a little on Megumin, because we're thinking about like her chuny behavior as something that's unique to her, but it seems like the Crimson Demons, that's kind of embedded in their culture.
Yeah,
because they have the whole thing to where they got to look cool while they're doing magic. They do think about the practicality of it, and that's why they shun explosion, and that's also another thing to talk about with Megumin's character. But all like most of them are very egocentric, and they're just out there. And like I said, initially I thought that was just a Megumin thing, like that's just her personality, which it is. It's still her personality, but it's something that's for all the Crimson Demons.
Yeah, they're all little
like
whack jobs.
Like one of the newer characters, her name was Arue. She actually seemed a lot more like Megumin than Megumin herself, and I found that interesting.
Yeah,
at least the Megumin that we know of in the current Konosuba.
You talking about the girl with the big boobs and the eye patch?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, oh, I forgot what the scene was, but she was just like, oh, I see you. Made yourself sick just to get onto the side. Nicely done.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a pretty cool character. So I like that new character. It's not really too many other new characters other than Megumi's family that we saw. Like her dad is pretty wacky, and it was kind of funny to see her mom had to like pick up the slack because the dad is he has so much pride in his work that if other people aren't respecting it the way he wants it to be respected, he doesn't want to sell it, and how that's like a detriment to the family. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, they ate good that night because of it.
Yeah, and the show also shows that Megumin comes from not the best of backgrounds because she was going to wear like a hand-me-down for her uniform until they made enough money with that one sale. So,
Yeah, that's true. That's
The
true.
freaking husband kept asking for some tea, and the wife was just like, "Hell no, I ain't giving you no tea."
You haven't made a sell yet. It's so good. He asked for tea quite a bit during this episode. Didn't he do that in the movie as well?
Oh, I'm sure he did. I think it's a running gag where he always asks for tea, and the wife always says no.
Damn. Poor dude. Probably shouldn't have married her. Just saying.
Yes, don't marry unless your wife will make you tea.
It's true. True. Very true. Lightning Eagle is trying to get our attention. He says hello multiple times. Hello. How are you?
Hello, Lightning Eagle.
He also says Aru is in the Konosuba Gacha. There you go. Bringing in characters from the Vidya games. Adora Burp says evening moo. Moo. Hello, Burp.
What's good, baby?
Don't forget the moo.
Wait, what was it? What anime was that from again?
What, Chainsaw Man, maybe?
Was it?
Just move on. You don't remember when Himeno said that?
Yeah, right before she got.
She got. She did get got. So, you now dead.
R.I.P. Barf Girl.
Yes. Very sad. Eye patch. Is that all for this episode or anything else?
Pretty much. It just
Well,
established a whole bunch of. Oh, Sasuke, go ahead.
Yes, it's we had to kind of talk about the explosion magic and how, because we didn't talk about that. Like,
Oh yeah,
we basically get the
it's a joke.
origin. Yeah, we basically get the origin of why Megumin is so attached to explosion magic. Because for one, she just thought it was cool. She's seen it as a little kid and was enamored by it. And after that, she wanted to practice it. But we don't got the full story for it yet, so it's not complete. But we saw how everybody reacted to her wanting to practice it. And even with the person that she saw use it, she didn't want to teach her it because I guess it's just a known thing in this world that you don't practice explosion magic because it's not a practical thing to use, which makes sense because it's literally just like you're literally just destroy. It's only for destruction. You can't use it in any other way.
It's like a mini nuke.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody laughed at her for even mentioning explosion magic, and with that type of reaction that she got, I think that only served to motivate her to want to prove everybody wrong about explosion magic. So we're kind of seeing why she's so obsessed with
You're
it.
wrong. I'm gonna nuke the whole world.
You might, and then everybody has to say it's cool or terrifying.
Honestly, at some point, I think at this point, I think they have been proven right. Because Megumin has only destroyed, like, everything and has been a constant
destroyed
nuisance.
that one dude's castle.
Yeah, destroyed that one dude's castle. Fucking blows it up like 8 times for fun.
That too.
And then the distraction to get Kazuma out of prison. So he's not exactly great or anything in terms of what she's doing with it.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm liking some of the newer characters. Feels like Arue might be my favorite one out of the bunch. So
She's definitely interesting, that's for sure.
yeah. Whole villages with whack jobs.
Yep.
Cuckoo.
Somehow Megumin is the most sane one in this anime.
So far.
Yeah. So far. We'll see. Let's move on to our next show of the evening, Insomniacs After School, episode 1. This was a Satsuki joint.
Yeah, Sasuke did pick this. So
This
I mean,
is
pretty straightforward, really, with the title
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
definitely is. Actually,
We sleepy.
sleepy and horny.
I mean,
Did you see dude? The writing in this series is horny as shit. That like literally he goes this like the first time he sees like Isaki in this episode. That is her name, right? Isaki? Yes. First time he sees her in this episode, she's like sleeping in a box, and he like looks down on her in like this longingly fashion, as if he's just seen his like, I don't know, the love of his life. I'm like, what the just fuck. And then they like
what?
and then
What?
they fall
That's their first meeting. What?
they basically fall asleep right after that in each other's arms, and then she wakes up in like his lap, and I'm like, just fuck. Get it out of the way. Damn teenagers. See, that's what it's like. Being an adult, you gotta fuck, and you fuck. It's fine.
Right, because
I'm
that's what
appalled.
we do as adults. We just say,
we just fuck.
man, I am sure tired. You want to fuck?
They just sees a girl one time. Yep, gotta fuck.
You just shake hands, agree to it, and just be like, well, let's fuck.
No,
All right,
no,
sounds good.
listen, you got a problem, you solve the problem, right? It's no big deal. Like a handshake.
Well, but yeah, like I was saying, very straightforward with the title. Insomniacs after school. Two characters having trouble sleeping, and they find solace in this club room, which has these ghost rumors, which was started by our character Isaki.
Oh,
with,
yes. What
yeah.
was the name of it again? It was Nightly Fun Society, which sounds like a code phrase for smoking the crack.
The crack.
The crack.
Oh,
Butt crack.
The one and only.
ugh.
Crack.
Crack. You just gotta find the primordial crack, like just the one crack.
The
where all
primordial
the
crack.
Yeah, the one crack where all the other crack comes from.
The one crack to rule them all.
This crack rock here is the primordial crack rock. Created by Heisenberg in 2013.
That's history. But yeah, they do their thing. I think with this series, it didn't really go into it too much, but it's definitely going to be a romance series.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you see this? Did you see the how flexible she was?
Oh yeah,
How did I know you were going to say that?
Dude,
well, that's Steve's favorite
it
part.
was so random. Dude, this I'm telling you,
She
the
said
show
she
is
was flexible.
she proved it. You proved it.
And then she put her feet over her head and did all these poses and stuff. And the one thing I thought that was kind of I don't know, it was all right, but it was just like we were introduced to the main character. You know, he has insomnia. You know, he's suffering through all that. And it's like, okay, I get that. That sucks for him, and that's crappy. Then the girl has almost exactly the same thing. She's like, I come up here because I suffer from insomnia. I for once just wanted it to just be like, oh, I'm just up here because I didn't want to go to school and I wanted to just sleep. Do you suffer from insomnia? No, I just wanted to sleep up here.
They should have started when that scene played and she was talking about that. They should have started playing "Brain Stew" by Green Day, because that's a song about insomnia. That would have been funny.
Yeah, but I don't know. I thought it was a little coincidental and very convenient, but other than that, it wasn't horrible. I guess it was just one of those. Oh, of course he has to have insomnia too. That's just how I felt about it.
Well, I think it's just a vehicle to get these characters to be together, or because they find that's the thing that they find in common, and I'm pretty sure they'll find more things in common, and blah blah blah. We know how it works.
Yeah, exactly. You're flexible. I'm flexible too.
Yeah. I was about to
bags
literally say
under your
that.
eyes. So do I.
My eyes feel like they're gonna bleed.
You like Saber? Dude, I'm into Fate. Let's talk about it.
No, they just say I like green. Green best. And then that's when they kill each other.
Sounds like fate, honestly.
Yeah, pretty much.
They both say, "What's your opinion about Toradora?" All right, we'll say it at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I hate it.
What?
But then Kyle's is gonna come up from behind and be like, "What did you say about Toradora?" Ooh.
And then they'll be like, "Who are you?" Random
My
girl
name is
that we've
Kyle's
never met?
McGiles. Follow me on Twitch.
Oh, okay. Could you leave? We're kind of having a conversation.
No. I'm not gonna leave.
I had to keep doing it. Cosmogaz, if you ever watch this, I'm sorry. I feel like C is doing a bad impersonation, but
It's
I can't
pretty
prove it.
good. Pretty damn. Very least. Listen. All I'm saying is I'm really interested in to see how they address their insomnia. I imagine it's probably not going to be too much of a focus from here on out, but I do want to see how that, beyond just, like being tired during the day, how does that put a strain on them? And we got a little bit of that in this episode when Isaki was like, sometimes I don't even know what the hell's going on because I'm so tired and so out of it. I feel like I'm not even in my body. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm looking forward to. Is funnily enough, like a couple nights ago, I got a bout of insomnia. So I stayed up for 48 hours straight. It was terrible.
God damn.
I was fine during the entire time.
Well, I think the whole insomnia thing is a good way to have these characters find something in common with each other, just because for this whole show to work, they kind of have to be loners to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
To end up in the positions that they're in. And I think it works just because with Ganta in particular, how he treats other people see him as this grouchy dude. And it makes sense because he doesn't go to sleep, and when you're sleep deprived like that, not only are you going to be grouchy, but a lot of you're not going to be thinking at full power. So I think that was a good way to isolate these two characters into, like I said, getting together.
Yeah. As well, EA, you said earlier it's very convenient and they're kind of similar. I will say one of the differences with Isaki is that she was really sick as a kid. She was in and out of the hospital a lot, so and that's something Ganta has never experienced. So I do wonder how that in particular is going to affect her viewpoint on things, and if that's going to be something. And
all I hope is that this series doesn't turn into. I've never seen the movie, but you know the movie just by looking at it. The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh, super sappy and
yeah,
Eric.
Because she says that she's been sick her whole life. It's oh my god.
Yeah.
Is she sick now to where she's gonna, last episode die?
I don't know. But I do wonder if maybe because she's still sick and she's keeping that from him, and she's got a whole bunch of just complications in her life, and I wouldn't mind the aspect of her seeing him as an escape.
Mm-hmm.
But I do agree it would be I've seen it too much of the whole I'm thing. So
well, I'll just say for the anime, just for these 13 episodes, the manga is still ongoing. So even if the character were to die, we aren't going to see it.
I don't mean to laugh, but it's just could you just imagine these two are there, then she just dies halfway through. It's well, the manga's still going.
What if
ghost?
What if I don't know, the Halo Reach invasion happens, And then like she has to like Isaki has to go against like a covenant. And then Isaki's like, I'm ready. How about you? And dies. And that's how she dies. Like at the last episode. What would you guys
And then before you know it, you just hear at the very end, God, I couldn't do that.
I got you, EA. We got this. Oh shit. Oh, here we go.
Oh, well, C's now drinking. Oh. For those of you that don't know, C-Tactics also plays his own instrument.
Yeah, I call it the Cafoodler.
It's something he created.
I created it. It's called the Cafoodler. It's a very difficult instrument to play. Only I can play it.
Boo.
What do you mean, boo? Listen, there was a nurse in this episode. She was hot.
Of course, that's what you take away.
and as well, there was a cat. So, a menace.
Yeah, the nurse was hot, and then the cat ran away with her food, and she was like, "You son of a bitch!"
That's honestly, that's kind of what a cat would do. So,
I just like how they had the cop in like the last scene, and it's kind of like one of those horror movie. The characters are stuck in the locker, and the killer's looking through all the lockers, and misses the one that they're in. It's like that type of tension in the scene.
She also got all blushy and stuff.
Well,
and it seemed like his heartbeat was like calming her into going to sleep, which was
yeah, she's a nerd.
I think it was, I think that's what it was too. God, can't believe I'm going to say this. It was just like Rent a Girlfriend, except it was done more wholesomely and not stupid.
Rent a Girlfriend done right.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, right.
Also, Isaki, kind of the Riz god. Just saying, she wrote like with like a dry erase marker, like the code to the combination lock, and like gave him a high five to leave the imprint. Bro, that's some Riz right there.
Dude, it's the easiest combo in the world, by the way. 3-2-2-1.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
But it's so easy that you wouldn't think about it.
That's true.
Yes.
Dang it.
Yes. Just like the password to my locked folder full of art.
What is Saber's birthday? Just got to put that in.
I don't think we know her birthday, or his birthday, I should say. Well, we don't know his gender, their gender.
Is her, they.
Yeah. Yeah. They also,
but not stupid. It's like the Sahara without sand.
see, Lightning Eagle backs me up. He says that was a pretty accurate impression.
Oh, well, no apologies from me then, Cosmogals.
Damn.
You reap what you sow.
Satsuki the Savage slams Kyle's Magiles in furious rant on KOA podcast.
Oh my god. It sounds like some angry Twitter angry tweet that someone will come up with.
It's like something you'd see on like, I don't know, fucking IGN or Kotaku report or something.
It just has like the most unflattering picture of me just looking deranged.
Yeah. Yeah. Like your eyes are all fucking red and shit.
You're like taking a breath right before you like exhale or something.
Your tongue's like sticking out. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So, are you ready to move on?
Yeah, I would say first episode was all right. Like it wasn't anything to write home about too much, but
yeah,
I should really like this episode. So
I want to get into the more. I mean, like it had like a decent amount of setup for the romance. That's more what I'm interested in. Like I said, or like you said, see, I wonder if they're going to move off from the whole Insomniac thing, or is that going to be a bigger thing in the story? Because, like I said, I feel like it's just a vehicle for them to get together, but they could easily make that its own plot of them getting over that. Because they also are embarrassed to tell people about it. So that's the thing.
I guess we'll figure that out. See. All right, are you guys ready to move on to Demon Slayer?
Yosh?
The Demon Slayer.
All right. Demon Slayer Season 3, Episode 1. We haven't covered this series officially, technically, since 2019, right? So, it's been a minute.
A long time.
Been a while.
Is this our first resurrection?
Well, technically, this is our second resurrection. Our first resurrection was also Demon Slayer.
Yeah, nobody knows about those videos.
I
I
mean, they're
think
still
they're kind
public,
of like tucked away somewhere.
but they're just in the playlist. You just go
No.
to the play.
Don't say it. No, don't search for it on the tab.
Oh my god. So yes, I guess first time revival. Technically second time, but we're not going to mention it.
Are we going to do the seance to bring it back?
Well, why are we? Why do we bring it back in the first place?
I don't know. Some guy had an idea. Yeah.
Some guy. The name rhymes with Broski.
No, that's the voices in my head. But on a serious note, so I just thought it would be a good idea to talk about this, considering its popularity and whatnot. And these guys already talked about it. So rather than them doing like a special podcast or like something separate for it, I was like, I might as well just lock in. After our podcast last week, I suggested it to them, and I was like, it shouldn't be that hard to catch up to it. So what I did was, mind you, I did not watch all of the anime as far as the anime itself. What I did was, and also keep in mind, we watched this before and got up to episode 14. But what I did was I read the manga up till Mugen Train. I watched the movie. And then I read up until the last 3 episodes of the latest season. Well, not latest, but the Entertainment District arc, that season. Then I watched the anime for the last 3 episodes per EA's suggestion. So I did a mix of the manga and anime. I know people aren't going to like that. A lot of people were like, no, you have to watch the anime. You have to watch episode 19, you bastard. Hey, I'm sorry.
Episode 19 is sort of forgettable at this point, honestly.
I mean, I watched the clip for it, so I already know what people like want me to watch. But I mean, I know the story. I understand the story. I know the characters. And Tanjiro is my nephew. That's my...
Tanjiro, he's the greatest. And you know what? For that, Satsuki, I'm gonna give you a golf clap.
Thank you. They love me. They love me.
Sasuke is his family is growing.
Yeah. Tanjiro's definitely... I just love him. I can't believe that character was getting a lot of hate on Twitter. A lot of people were hating at the fact that
Oh my god,
he cries when he kills people, and
he's
I
not
go
tough and emotionless.
And then I go, but he still kills them. That's my favorite part about him. He will cut off a demon's head and then cry and talk about how you could have been a good person if this happened. But he still kills them. He still gets the job done every time. And those headbutts, my lord. Just don't give him a sword. Just give him aspirin. That's all he needs. He does not need a sword.
Wait. So what did you think about Daki?
I liked Daki initially because
Mm?
I liked Daki initially, but
Mm?
then I saw a different side of her, and then I
Wait.
didn't like Daki
Wait,
anymore.
wait, wait. What side?
Oni-chan.
Was it that side? The Oni-chan side?
It was, yeah, I seen a different side of her, and I
Big
didn't like
baby.
it.
She got her. She
That's
got
all
her
I'll
he-
say.
She got her head obliterated by Nezuko.
I
Yeah.
forgot I called her Nuzuku at one point.
Nezuko and Tangerine.
That's right. We did call him Tangerine, but I don't mind. I'll call him Tanjiro now since I have respect for the man.
I'll still call him Tangerine and Nezuko.
I'll call Lemonhead. I don't have a problem with that.
Oh my god, I love him. I love
I
him
do
so.
not like him. The best time he's ever
He's a
doing
sweetie
anything
pie.
is when he's asleep.
That's true. He does his work his best work when he is sleeping. I mean, he basically defeated Daki sleeping. So there you
With
go.
the help of Inosuke,
Yeah,
who is my
Inosuke.
other favorite.
Nosuke sawed her head off. That was so great. Anyways, now on to Demon Slayer season 3 episode 1. Now that we've caught up, we got to talk about it. People be
Yeah, I guess.
calling people out there for some reason are salty as hell over this anime, and I don't get it. And the complaint is idiotic. Now I want to say I'm not like the most amazing, like I'm not like a Demon Slayer simp. Okay? I'm not out here, I'm not in the trenches, I don't give a shit. It's an anime. However, there are tons of people that are just saying, "Oh, the animation carries this show. It's a terrible show. The story is awful. The characters are bad." And they say stuff like, "Oh, the only reason this show's popular is because of animation." However, you'll see these same people go and watch Vinland Saga season 2, episodes 1 through 12, and go, "That was really boring and stupid. Where's all the fighting?"
It's almost as if you can't please anybody.
It's almost as if people are dumb. And I find the whole complaint really stupid that this anime is bad because it has good animation. Like, people are literally complaining about the anime being good. That's where we're at.
Isn't that what you want in an anime? Is for it to look great?
Yeah, and people perceive that because the story is driven by its action, that it for some reason is like, one of the worst anime ever created, and that, it's not good, it's not interesting. But the reality is that you can have stories that focus, that have different ways and vehicles of progressing the story. It doesn't have to all be through character progression as much as it doesn't have to be all action either. It could be anything that the author wants it to be. And this is the thing that I don't get, is like, if we're going to level that complaint, let's go ahead and, like, I don't know, let's say they're telling the truth. Well, what does Demon Slayer now look like? Is it as popular without the fighting, if it's just talking? Who's gonna watch that? What is Demon Slayer without the action? You can't have one over the other. The show is the show because it's a combination of all of these different things that makes it great. If you say, well, let's take out the thing that makes it great, that's stupid. If you don't like it because it's action heavy, you don't like it. That's fine. But to say it's bad because it has good animation and focuses a lot on fights, that's dumb. That's stupid.
Yeah, it's like making a pizza and taking away the best part of the pizza, the cheese, and then just calling it a pizza.
Yeah, pizza's only good because it has cheese.
Because of the cheese.
What the fuck are you talking about? Get out of here. Get out. I don't get it. And these same people will watch JJK and they'll say it's the greatest thing ever. Or they'll watch, Attack on Titan, and they'll complain about Attack on Titan too in the same breath. Oh man, too much talking in Attack on Titan. Final season
Not
part
enough
1
Jaegers.
sucks. Not enough Flock and Aaron. Not enough Wall Titans. Where's all the Titans at? Why isn't Armin using the Colossal Titan? He's a waste. It's the same people that are impatient and they don't appreciate storytelling. They watch it because it's hip and cool, I guess. And if that's, what you want to do, that's cool, but don't act like your opinion is, the be all end all in that case.
I'll say, actually, the talking about the animation, I actually think the animation was like sort of a crutch for what happened in the first like 15 minutes of this episode, because I said this in my server. I don't know how you guys will feel about this. I felt like the first 15 minutes was overdone in a weird way, because it was just the introduction of the other upper moons that we didn't see, it and Muzan complaining, and it was like that whole conversation and what actually happened, that did not need to take 15 seconds, and it was like a big spectacle, but like nothing was actually going on in that time. Like they spent like 3 minutes with Akaza just like standing in the weird maze room. And I was like, what is actually going on right now?
Well, I mean, it's a longer episode. It's clearly more cinematic. I think that was just there to set the tone.
Yeah, I do agree with what you're saying, Sasuke. I mean, when the whole introduction of the other moons were fine, when Basketball Head goes to the actual, I guess, like, what's it called, castle?
The Infinity Castle?
Infinity Castle, that's right. That was cool. But I will admit there were some scenes, like, when it just constantly kept cutting to black and just kept cutting and doing the fast I was like, that's a bit much. Like, I think that's the stuff that I would agree with you whenever I saw it. I was just like, do we really need all these edits and quick zooms and all this other stuff? I thought that was very overdone, but this was released as a movie too. Like
You could tell.
Yeah, the last 2 episodes of Entertainment District and then this episode was all packaged as a movie, and yeah, it definitely showed.
Yeah, because that was my whole point with it, because I felt like they were being very cinematic with it, but it was with stuff with a subject matter that didn't require it. Like if you were doing this with a fight, I think it would have worked, but they were having a conversation, and the conversation wasn't even that. I don't think it required that.
Yeah.
Now, I think, because somebody had somebody responded to me saying like that set the tone. To me, like, I kind of compare it to a scene that I think everybody should be familiar with in Death Note, where goes, "I'll take a potato chip and eat it." Funny scene, right? But
yeah,
it's stupid. It's stupid. Because I read the manga and I watched the anime for that scene. Like in the manga, he literally just eats the chip. Like they don't focus on that at all. But the anime just like makes it this big dramatic scene with this orchestra like playing in the background. Is weird. But as for the actual upper moon demons and whatnot, as far as like, I think I'm gonna like number 2.
Oh, yeah, I think he's like the very soft-spoken one. He's like playful.
Yeah, Doma.
Yeah, Doma eats women, and the women love him. It's very weird. Like, there are...
Sasuke, there are children listening. What did you say? Or did I say Sasuke? I meant C.
No.
C is a cannibal.
Oh, that's right.
Cannibalism's not that
No
bad.
wonder
I'm just
he
saying.
likes him.
Yeah.
No, I don't really like Doma that much. Actually find him sort of I don't know, irritating to a degree.
Also.
Just because when I think about him and I see him on the screen, I just go, ugh, God. I just think about all of the simps on Twitter that rage over this man. And this man literally in this episode is like, yeah, I have a woman's head in my room. I keep it on display.
Yeah.
And he
They're all
literally
despicable.
only eats women. And the women are just like, more please. More Doma. Yes, I love him. Well, he wants to eat
They
you.
love him.
They love him. They freaking love him.
Freaking, so is that all the moons that are left? Because
Pretty
the
much,
other
yeah.
ones were 6.
Yeah.
We're tied for 6.
Yeah,
so
we're closing in.
5, we got Lip Eyes. Nervous Nelly. 3's Basketball Head. 2 is
That's good.
I didn't know
Rainbow
who
Eye.
I did not know who EA was talking about the entire time he said basketball head, but now I get it. The stripes. Okay. I was not understanding that.
Sorry. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw him. The second one is Colorful Eyes, and then freaking 1 is Spider Face. I was like, jeez. I didn't know he had that many eyes.
Yeah,
That man is hideous.
Yeah, he is.
he's pretty cute.
I mean, maybe if you look at him with from just the back of his head.
Yeah, you gotta get a little intoxicated. It's fine. Though I do like how over the course of this series, Akaza has slowly started to become the most interesting out of all the upper moons. Like he started out as kind of like, he's kind of like, like Muzan's sort of like guinea pig. But at some point I think it really started with season 2, maybe Mugen Train actually. But they show him at the beginning of pretty much every season, and he has like this, I don't know, he feels like he almost doesn't like want to be a part of this entire thing, and he's just doing the bidding of Muzan because he has to.
Feel like he has a chip on his shoulder.
That
and
too,
I
yes.
also feel like those words from Tanjiro really messed him up. Even though he killed a Hashira, not no problem, but basically just he killed it. That's something to brag about. But those words stick in his side. Just the whole. Just oh no, I'm gonna kill this man the next time I see him.
Lightning says, season 1 for Demon Slayer tested all the boys' resolves. I was like, Muzan, bro, buy a better architect. It shouldn't take this long to reach you. I mean, it's the Infinity Castle.
I hate Muzan.
What? You don't like
hate him.
Muzan?
No.
You don't like Muzan Jackson?
Tell him why, Satsuki. Tell him why.
He's the worst leader I've seen in a shonen.
Well, he is.
shonen
Yeah, he's pretty
series.
bad.
And I get people were trying, because people were, when I said this on Twitter, it was some people saying like, well, that's the reason I like him, and I understand like him being a bad leader is probably an intentional thing from the mangaka, but he's bad to the point to where I just think he's stupid. Because he created these ranks for the demons, the lower moons, upper moons, and then whenever they fail or they don't produce results, he gets mad at them, kills them, reprimands them, doesn't do anything himself, and then he says in this episode, he goes, "I have no expectations for you guys." But didn't last season you literally killed the lower moons because you said you guys shouldn't be running from Hashiras. What?
He's such an asshole.
It doesn't make sense. Like I could probably rock with him if he just had like if he was actually putting in some work and he was killing some of these Hashira. So my opinion is only going to change on him if he shows overwhelming amount of power, which I know he possesses, but
yeah, he turns into a hot lady.
Get the Michelle Jackson out of here. I don't like it. I don't like it.
How does he even have a wife and kid?
Where are they?
That's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, we seen him once, And I thought that was a neat little twist the first time we saw it, but then we never see him again, and I'm just like, okay, are they?
Well, they're not important to
hidden
the
somewhere?
series. There's no reason to show them. Why
It did.
would they? They're just random people.
It did.
Yeah, but I don't know. I wanted to see how he balanced that life. Because all we see is Dictator Muzan killing his subordinates.
Well, I think that's what they were going for. Is just this guy who completely fucking evil. Like, you don't need to know anything else because
I want to know
as
more.
is. Well, he turns into a hot lady. There you go.
No, I don't want to know that.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
Well, going past all of that stuff, we are then basically all of the trio have to heal after their battle with Daki and Gyutaro.
Hell of a
And,
battle, by the way.
I always love it when they show these sequences where they're like after a big battle, they're like healing and stuff. And they're like all the little girls are like stretching them and like bending them and contorting them and like always just like the antics they get up to because it always just puts a smile on my face because it's so lighthearted. Feels like there's an award for going through all of that suffering, you know, at the very end. And this go around, Tanjiro was in a coma for like 2 months or something like that. And
Weren't they all in a coma though?
yeah, maybe not Inosuke. Who the fuck knows about that guy? But pretty much, yeah, they were all in a coma for different amounts of times. We're like Kanao finds Tanjiro, and then she's like drops her vase and stuff. And then we're introduced to Goto, who is a part of the cleanup crew, and he wants to eat the bread that he has to give Tanjiro. And it's so quirky and dumb, but it's just so funny. Like, and then he goes in, he like screams at Kanao for like not cleaning up the vase and not telling people that Tanjiro's awake, and he's just so oblivious.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, you barely talk as it is, and now you're breaking shit. Everybody, Tanjiro's awake.
I love it.
He reminds me of the guy that would say, you're a great big phony in Family Guy.
Hey, this guy's a big fat phony.
Oh my god. I love them all. I love Kanao, I love Aoi. I love Kanao and Tanjiro. That's such a cute ship.
Did you see Inosuke at the very end?
He's on
He's on the roof for a whole
Oh
day
my
waiting
God.
for Tanjiro to wake up.
Bro,
Sorry,
that
the
was
ceiling,
amazing.
not the roof.
Yeah, the ceiling. And then Tanjiro was like, "Oh, that's good to hear. So I guess the vision of seeing Inosuke on the ceiling is me hallucinating." And they all look up, and he's actually there.
Mm-hmm.
That's so good.
Freaking Shinobu
Yeah,
He,
Shinobu. Yeah, oh my
gave-
god, yeah.
gave him the best compliment, calling him the honey badger.
Oh my god. Yes. That was so funny. I'm imagining Shinobu calling Inosuke a honey badger is just the funniest thing. I wonder when we're going to see Shinobu in this series again.
Yeah,
haven't seen
I don't
her
want to
in a while.
imagine it. I want to see it. Where's my baby mama Shinobu?
I
Where is she?
I don't think she's gonna be in this season. I feel like we're gonna have Love Girl and Emo
Mist.
Guy.
Mist
She's not in
Hashira.
the season. I'm not watching.
We just brought it back.
Bro, what do you mean?
I'm dropping this.
You're killing it.
I'm dropping this. Hold on. I can't drop it because my nephew's in here. So, oh well.
But he was in the seasons that we dropped him in.
Yeah, he wasn't my nephew then.
Oh. Okay.
When did he become your nephew?
Yeah, when
Let's
would
see.
you realize that?
I would say probably almost like where we dropped it at. Maybe like an episode before then. I just started to respect Tanjiro because he's just like a good-hearted kid. He's a Boy
cutie
Scout.
patootie.
but the thing is, like, he's a Boy Scout, but I just respect that he will get the job done. Like, and I like his whole philosophy with the demons because he has a point. And I think it was Giyu who opposed him when he was fighting the spider demon, or maybe he was even before that. But no, actually it was then, because Giyu's like, why are you having sympathy for the demons and whatnot? And Tanjiro's whole point was that they were human at some point, and I should show them respect as humans, at least after death, as they're dying. And I respect that whole mindset, because like nobody is born evil. So I think having respect for them, after death, it's kind of like they pay for their crimes, so it's no need to be even more brutal than you have to be. So yeah, so once I got with the Boy Scout personality with the means to do everything that needs to be done, I was like, yeah, he can be in the family.
Well, moving on, Tanjiro makes it to Swordsmith Village, and
by doing piggyback rides.
Yeah, doing piggyback rides the entire time, even having stuff shoved up his nostrils. I'm sure that was not very fun. So he makes his way to he goes to Swordsmith Village, and we are immediately, the first scene after he arrives, we see Mitsuri and completely naked. So that sets the tone really well.
Oh, shout out to my nephew again. He said, no fan service. Covered her up. Good job, Tanjiro.
Well, remember when Mitsuri comes barreling down with those ballistic missiles attached to her fucking chest going everywhere? And Tanjiro is like, your breasts are this close to spilling out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't even freak out. Like, normal main characters would be like, oh, and don't get me wrong, yeah, he shot blood out after she whispered in his ear, but to be honest, any normal person his age would be like that.
I'd still be like that if Mitsuri did that to me, so relatable.
A hot...
Yeah, we know about you, see.
You mean you know, but what?
Yeah.
How old is she supposed to be?
I think she's 19.
Okay, so we can simp.
The story about how her hair became pink is pretty interesting. I don't know if they're gonna say it or not, so I'm not gonna say.
She joined the Hashira to find love.
I love that. Tanjiro's like, so why did you join the Hashira, Miss Mitsuri? And she's like, oh, I just, I wanted to like find my love of my life. And then she starts like blushing and going crazy, and then just like imagining this man. And by the way, this man doesn't exist, but she's freaking out about it.
Are you going to join a Hashira? See?
Oh, hell yeah. I'll fucking...
She loves whoever is going to be her man.
She loves me. And I'm going to join the Hashira. I'm going to kill Muzan. I'm going to teabag him. I'm going to eat him. Because that's how you got to do it, right? Cannibal perk, Fallout. You got to eat him. And then I want to become her husband.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, I am concerned.
And I'm gonna wear my orange pants doing it.
What is with your orange pants?
It's an you
need to return them.
When sometimes you reach a point in your life, you level up enough, and you realize something needs to change.
Your pants?
Exactly, the pants, and you change them for orange pants.
Well, barring orange pants, we got this like weird flashback scene of Tanjiro's dad and this mysterious man with long hair with the same scar that Tanjiro has, and I guess the same scar. Well, yeah, the same scar that we saw the Upper Moon #1 demon have as well. So yeah. On that end, I think it's an obvious parallel to those two characters. They are related in some way. I don't know exactly how.
Uncle?
Well,
because the dad's dead, right?
Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about the Scar guy?
Yeah.
I don't think that's his uncle. I think they're unrelated.
Oh.
I think that's just somebody that his dad or Tanjiro's dad admires.
Tanjiro's dad looked just like Tanjiro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly like him.
He was exactly like him.
It's better than what they showed him before. He was emaciated before when they showed him. So good, we
He was
got
dying.
Tanjiro. Literally, is just Tanjiro. So there you go.
Yeah, but yeah. So the fact that they kept covering up the face of the Upper Moon #1 demon, he has a name too. Let me actually like see what his name is.
His eyeball.
It's Kokushibo.
Kokushibo.
Kokushibo, yeah. That's what I said.
I think you got it. I think if you tried to say that in like one of those, "Are you a human?" thing, they would have kicked you out.
For having a stroke? How dare
Yeah.
they?
Kokoshibo.
It's like you try your password a little too many times. No.
No, the
Just lock
password's
you out.
banana. It's always banana. You gotta.
Everybody sees password is Kokoshibo. Hack into his mainframe.
That is, that is a good password. Kokoshibo. I'm pretty sure, whoever you're with when the. Oh, well, we're not talking about that kind of. Okay.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I do as well wonder about that flashback, Satsuki. Ain't that a darn thing there?
No. Well, like I was saying, like they keep hiding his, where they kept hiding his face up until they showed his eyes, and obviously him having 6 eyes is like supposed to be like a shocking thing for the audience, but
Kind of cute.
no, he isn't.
He probably sees in slow motion.
I don't think he's cute in any type of like, no matter how you look at him.
Ugly as hell.
Yeah, that boy ugly. That boy ugly as. But yeah, I don't know what the connection is with him and the other guy that we saw in the flashback with the same scar as Tanjiro, but yeah.
Maybe.
Well, he's probably a Hashira. He's probably a Hashira.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe he's a former Hashira that like was turned into a demon by
Mhm.
Muzan's blood.
I don't mean a demon. I mean, I think they're separate. I think that demon and the other
they're-
person are separate.
Okay, so maybe they're like long lost twinsies.
They maybe, but I'm not sure. From what I remember, didn't they already say like one of the Upper Moons were the youngest demon? Like Doma is the youngest demon of the Upper Moons. Didn't they already say that?
I think so.
And he's like hundreds of years old, so they couldn't be twins
I'm not
if
too
that was
sure,
the
to be
case.
honest.
I think they said that. I'm not entirely sure. He at least said he's younger than Akaza, but I don't know how they would be related, but they probably have some connection to each other. And other guy will be a Hashira.
Oh no. I know how they're related.
Was he got by the
What? No. They're related.
internet demon?
No. Sean.
I am
Hello?
livid. I am fucking livid. I gotta take a breather.
Hello.
I gotta take a breather.
Did he
That
die?
didn't just happen. That did not just happen.
I think I got.
Oh my god, EA's dying. The podcast is falling apart. Why have I
You just
died?
did that. I can't believe you just did that.
Hello?
Hello.
EA.
Oh, I can hear you that time. What just happened?
I think it's because C pressed the soundboard thing. He made another Sean joke and broke the goddamn podcast.
Yeah, because I was like saying something, and then all of a sudden it was quiet. I'm like, well, okay, I take that back. You were saying something, Sasuke, and then it sounded like you got swallowed up by the internet monster, and I was like, oh, I think Sasuke got eaten by the internet monster.
Oh my
Are you
god.
there? Hello?
Using... Oh my god, he's using the soundboard mute EA? Like mute us for EA?
You're killing him.
Oh
You
my
are doing
God.
this.
You guys
You're
there?
killing EA.
What's
Like, literally.
Can you hear us?
Oh my goodness. Maybe he didn't update his Discord all the way.
You keep putting-
Every time he presses the soundboard,
It
you
mutes
can't hear
us.
us anymore.
That's weird because well, to be honest, I never heard the soundboard once till I did this update. So there's probably something going on with my Discord.
That's funny. That's hilarious. It's probably it's not probably not a you thing. It's probably a Discord thing.
Yeah.
It's their fault, not yours. It's
Well,
bastards.
great. Now I'm
kidding.
dead.
Also, I think it's interesting that they have a hot spring that literally heals everything, including a broken heart.
Yeah, what the hell's in that hot spring?
I don't know. Do they serve nachos?
Pink hair women in there.
Yeah, that's true. And Nezuko. Nezuko was in there at one point.
Yeah, she was. But what I was gonna say is that one dude with the mohawk who we haven't really seen
Ginya.
since season 1,
Pulling out a
it didn't
tooth.
seem to fix his attitude all that much.
No, he's
Or his teeth.
Yeah.
Or his teeth.
He's a little bit of a shithead. Though to be fair, Tanjiro at the same time, he thought that disrobing and being naked around him would strengthen their bond as men.
I mean, he
Which
probably
is
thought,
fair.
hey, show him my thing.
I mean, we're all fellas here, right? We're all bros.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the first thing you do is bros. Like when you meet a new dude, that's your bro. Get
Mhm.
naked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. It's just like whenever you get horny and you agree for sex, two
Right.
dudes meet each other, they agree to
Nibble on each other's
slap
ear.
meat.
Yeah.
Haven't heard that in a while.
Do what Mitsuri does. Whenever, yeah.
No.
All right. You was gonna use the soundboard there, but that would have
Yeah,
fucked up
please
EA.
stop.
So I can't.
Please stop. You monster.
You're gonna kill me.
But we have a
Uh,
lot of Hachira in this place right now. So we have before I say that, I want to say Tanjiro should, I don't know, the ranks really don't matter in Demon Slayer, and I'm coming to find that out. It's really Hashira or bust. But Tanjiro definitely should have moved up a couple of ranks after this, because after what transpired in the entertainment district arc.
Oh yeah, they all should have. They freaking killed a freaking upper ranked demon.
Yeah. Like, if I have a hand in killing an upper moon demon, I better see some money. The paycheck better reflect that.
Well, they
'Cause
killed two
nobody
of
else
them.
have that.
They killed Daki and Gyutaro.
At the same time, yeah.
Yeah.
Eh,
Oni-chan.
don't matter.
Yeah. And what was that other guy's name? The other Hashira that lost his arm?
Tengen Uzui.
Tengen, that's right. Is he retired now?
Oh,
Yeah, he retired.
What a way to go.
Yeah.
Good on
Lose an
him.
arm,
He's
kill
got 3
Kill
wives.
a demon, get to be with your 3 wives rest of your
Yeah.
life?
I
What a way
said
to
that when
go.
I was watching it. I said after this fight, like after I seen he was alive, I was like, after this fight, just retire, bro. There's no reason for you to keep going. That one snake guy was like, you still have more to do. And I was like, no, he doesn't. He has 3 wives. He killed an upper moon demon.
He's got
None
more
of
to
you
do,
have that.
but
Yeah.
it ain't this job.
Yeah, he did what you guys have never achieved. Just
Yep.
retired.
Yep, I mean, to be honest, he could retire the best Hashira now.
Yep.
He
As
is
much
the
as even though I like Rengoku more, Rengoku doesn't have anything like that. So
Yeah, Rengoku
Oh.
doesn't have 3 wives.
Yeah, he
Fuck
doesn't
him.
have a life either. He's dead.
Yeah.
oh,
He's dead. Somebody hit the soundboard. But
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. Besides at the very end, where it seems like we got the Mist Hashira talking with a dude named something Hyoko or something like that. And behind him is the upper rank one we saw at the very beginning. What the hell is going on here? Why is he there? Is the Mist Hashira the Mist bitch?
Wait. No, that's not what happened.
Is he working against him?
No, I keep telling. Well, okay. I guess we just think differently on that. I don't think the guy that we saw at the end with the earrings is the demon. I think they're separate.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah, I think it's trying to make you think that it is him, but I think it's somebody different too.
Because think about this, see, he's in sunlight.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Maybe
Unless
he's got sunscreen.
So freaking powerful
Got
that sunlight don't
sunscreen.
bother him.
Got that SPF.
Well, even Muzan is wary of the sun, so.
Oh, that's true.
Well,
Okay, never
Muzan's a little
mind.
bitch. I'll fuck him
Wait.
up. For
You just
Mitsuri?
said that he turns into a hot woman.
Yeah, well, Mitsuri's hotter.
What is this switch up? What's going on?
I'll annihilate this man. His entire existence will be gone.
You're about to wreck this whole man's career.
I'm about to destroy this whole entire man's career. This is what love does to you, Satsuki. This is what happens when a man falls in love. Did you not know this?
No.
When a
I
man
think
loves
he's
a
lost
woman,
it.
Yeah,
you gotta fuck shit up.
I'm a little scared. I'm a little afraid.
What I will say really quick is, and I just now noticed this, but all the swords people wear pink faces.
Yeah, with
Oh,
the
yeah.
face that looks like they're
Yeah.
about to laugh. Like,
Laugh, or that they're gonna blow a whistle, or freaking shit their pants. Yeah, yeah. I just thought that was interesting. I don't know what significance that has to it, but you just know that they're swordsmen,
Well-
craftsmen.
Let's go ahead. We've been talking about this episode for literally 40 minutes. Let's talk about our last show of the evening before we all perish and die. Vinland Saga, Season 2, Episode 14, aka Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 14. What did you guys think about this episode?
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. It ended very quickly. But what I mean by that is the fight and the episode. It just felt like it went by super quick. We got to see Ironhide's backstory, very heartbreaking. Got me a little emotional. I can't imagine anything more horrifying than having your child ripped from your arms and taken from you. And then we even got a little bit of the old master's freaking background, and he's not senile. He just needed a rest and piss himself.
no, he's
No,
still senile.
Oh, well then he seemed fine.
He's not completely senile though.
Okay, so he's going senile. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was really, really well done. I love the symbolic messages in here with the whole, let the storm pass, even though a storm was literally brewing as you saw the clouds moving in. And yeah, Ironhide was gonna go see her man, and we find out that, oh my god, we need to have Mari on this show because she's pregnant
She's preggers.
with Kettle's baby. We gotta see if he's the father or not.
The tests have determined you are not the father. Oh!
Shit.
You gotta add the bleeps.
I told you.
Yeah, this Honestly, I thought this episode was one of the best that I've personally seen. Just in terms of Vinland Saga. Definitely my favorite, I think, of this entire season. I loved the focus on Arnheid
Yeah,
because...
we took a drop. We got 4 people watching this now. Sorry, I continue.
Well, Arnheid, I didn't expect Arnheid to really ever be such a huge focus, so when it happened, it came on like a, well, no pun intended, but a storm. And we got just, I don't know, the story has seemed to pick up quite a bit with Arnheid and Garter. And I feel like when we first saw Garter, I feel like our impression of him was sort of like evil. I mean, not evil, but like a bad dude, right? And he is a bad dude, but we got to see their past as a young, you know, wife and father. And it was really eye-opening for these two characters, because Garter, he seemed like such a happier person. But when there was the promise of, you know, basically like to get like iron from this iron mine or whatever, like it seems like that whole village just sort of, at least the men in it were like, oh my god, we can just imagine what we could do, and all we have to do is go to fucking war. And so they all went to war, and you can, I don't know, I felt like I understood Arnheid a lot better. And I feel like there's some sort of commentary in here about how all the women didn't want to go to war, but all the men did. So there's a lot of just super interesting stuff with Garter and Arnheid. And I really want to see more of Garter. See where his character is going.
Well, we might not, depending on what happens in the next episode.
That is true. That is very true. I don't know. I imagine we're going to be focusing on Arnheid again in the next episode, and it's going to come to that conclusion. And I think that's
Garter's
maybe
gonna die.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's definitely a big possibility. Or what if Canute and the Yam's Vikings attack in the next episode, or at the end of the next episode?
That'd be crazy. I mean, I'm assuming Leif Erikson and everyone else is coming on that boat too, but it's like, they better hurry the hell up before Canute makes him go kasploot.
Ah, yes. What Canute does to my heart.
Ugh.
You love everybody.
Am I ready to fight? Yes, I am, Ellie. For Mitsuri, I will do anything.
Well, I think it's safe to say Yukimura, the mangaka of Vinland, probably isn't too much of a capitalist, because he keeps having themes of greed ended up being someone's downfall, and that's kind of what happened with their village with why am I forgetting his name? Gardar and his village. What happened with them? Like this thought that, oh yeah, we need more, even though we're already good, and where that got him exactly. And also, I think Gardar, what the purpose that he serves, at least one aspect of his character, what it does for the story is he's a character to show you where Einar could have went if he was consumed by anger the way he was starting to head, because they have similar backstories with their village being burned down, being sold into slavery, and having this almost like unbridled anger towards their situation. So very easily Einar could have ended up just like Gardar if he didn't have Thorfinn.
Yeah. Freaking Thorfinn was holding Einar back too when it came to coming between all that stuff. Thorfinn's like, can you really kill a man? Can you actually take that axe and put it in his back? And I just love how Snake was listening to him the whole time, even though he was super far away. He was like, yeah, you better stay over there. That just made me laugh because it's like, oh, so much for the sneak attack.
Yes, Snake was. I did not expect Snake to just come out and be like, "Arnhide, get away. Let me handle this." That was a turn that I did not expect. But was interesting. I wonder if their son is still alive. Where he's at? What is he doing?
You don't
think he is?
You don't see him dead.
Yeah.
But then again,
maybe they ate him.
What are they gonna do with a baby that small?
Eat him. Eat the baby.
Did you just say eat him?
Yeah.
This season is cannibal sea tactics.
Yeah, I don't know what happened exactly.
I don't know.
Got like, I don't know, like he ate like, I don't know.
Isn't that how
fingernail or
babies
something.
are created?
Yeah.
You eat them and then poop them out.
Sea Tactics is gonna look like Power did when she was like had no clothes on and just blood stained everywhere.
Oh my god.
Is this the new diet you were telling me about? Is
Hey,
this what
listen.
you do?
Listen, 2,200 calories. That's achievable.
I guess.
Achievable.
But yeah, Snake is a good leader, but not a good man. You kind of get lulled into liking him because it's fun times with him, Thorfinn, Einar, and Arnhide. But you see the way he talks to Thorfinn and Einar. He's like, the opinions of slaves doesn't really matter, and he's telling Arnhide that you can't. That's not your husband anymore. You can't see him. Don't try to help him.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Demeaning them as people.
Sure, whatever you say.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, and freaking yeah, it's crazy. Like all this stuff that's happening, like it keeps on just building and building. The
It's
whole
like
her being pregnant thing is just like
Yeah,
whoa.
that's crazy. That's really crazy. And the fact that she's almost accepting of it to a degree because of what happened, she's like basically like traumatized. And sort of wants to experience having a child again. And even though it's Kettle's like it's weird. It's like Arnhide and Kettle both went through like a very similar situation. And they're both seeking the same thing out of each other for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a toxic relationship right there.
Yeah, it's literally just tears whenever they get it on.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad over there with Kettle and Arnhide. They need some couples therapy.
I'm just so curious to know what's gonna happen now because Ironhide's gonna, she's going to Garter. That's 100% the truth. It's just, I don't know if she's gonna try to convince them. I don't know if she's gonna say goodbye one last time before that's it for him. Or, third option, just out of nowhere, boom, here comes the English, and then release him, please. We need someone to fight.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. For sure. It's just very interesting. I think this whole episode really, that last scene where she's just walking into the night to Garter it was so just chilling. And it really perfected this entire episode.
Walking into the storm.
Yeah. And I love the quote this Verkle says where he's like, even if you can wait the storm, it still leaves behind scars.
Yeah. So true.
And when Arnhide says it, when Arnhide is just like, you gotta wait out the storm, that's also as well, you can see why she would think that. Because of the experiences she went through. All she really can do in her given situation is wait out whatever bad thing is happening. She can't fight. She can't She has no power. She's basically just someone who's sort of a victim of, one, her times, and two, her position as a slave. So I feel sorry for everyone in this show. Like, that's the thing is what I'm noticing is that I don't think I hate anyone at all. I think it's like the Attack on Titan effect, where it's like everyone is different complex shades of colors, but I think for Vinland Saga, with most of the characters, I think the most important aspect in this is that I feel sympathy for every one of them in a way that I don't with AOT. Like, I don't feel sympathy for Flock. I understand Flock's position. Flock's an asshole. So, who cares? Gabby shot him. But with this series, it's like I like Arnheid. I like Askeladd. I like Canute. I like Kettle. Even though they're all sort of not exactly the greatest people. But you understand them, and you understand what their positions are, and how they were turned into the people they were turned into, and how cruel the world is.
No. So with this episode, Arnheid had the decision whether she was going to wait out the storm or, I guess, go into it, and because I think the whole point of that is to just not live without regrets.
Mm-hmm.
And she's obviously going to go to Gardar, but what do you think might be what do you think will be the consequences going to him or not going to him? Like, what do you think is the risk / reward?
I think the risk of going, obviously, Snake was told her to forget about him, but then all of a sudden, she's basically defying it and going to see him after Kettle, or he said Kettle's her favorite, and all that good stuff. I think that maybe Kettle will be, like, the ramifications and what could happen is that Kettle would be so mad to the point where maybe he would do something drastic, but I don't think he's capable of doing that. But there is a chance where if he was just that mad to the point where he's just like, yeah, just kill them both. I could see something like that. But if she doesn't go to him, then yeah, she'll live with regret and never saying her final goodbyes to him, because there is that opportunity and that chance as well.
I think this is probably going to, in some degree, expose Kettle. Maybe not for him being a coward, being a phony, big fat phony, but I think it will expose their relationship. Then I think from there it will start to unravel Kettle and the farm in general, and chaos. Because this is Vinland Saga. This is like the Vinland Saga, and it has like this similar effect to The Walking Dead, where when they go to a new community in The Walking Dead, by the end of that season, that community is going to be gone. So I think that's sort of a similar thing here, where I just think it's going to end in war again.
Okay. Well, I guess we shall see.
Tactics. Hey! Oh man, I'm great.
Where's my bourbon?
God damn it.
Any final thoughts?
This is a great series. I have been enjoying it thoroughly, and I feel like it just gets better and better with each episode. It's like, how could it possibly top that one? And then it always does. So, can't wait to see what happens.
This is definitely one of my I don't know if it's my most favorite episode of this series, but this season, but it's one of my favorite. I really enjoyed this episode.
Same. So, EA, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Where can they find you?
Well, you can find me over at Everything Animated. I'm just over there, just chilling. I'm doing this voice now.
All right. Satsuki, where can they find you?
No, I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay.
I am somebody that just loves to chat.
Oh,
Come subscribe. Come like. Don't eat people. Because sea tactics. He'll get attracted.
what does that mean? Attracted? You're making me sound weird. I'm not weird.
Well, you know, if people start eating people, you'll go, is that blood?
Yeah, like
And
the
then-
eating people thing doesn't weird you out, but the being attracted to the cannibal thing is the where you draw the line.
Listen. I'm a complicated and sophisticated individual with acquired tastes.
It seems so. I don't
So
know.
anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment, them.
Satsuki, where can they find you?
You can find me on my main channel, Satsuki the Savage, as well as where I live stream games and talk about other stuff that doesn't really matter. Satsuki the Savage on Twitch, and also my gaming channel where I upload my VODs and edit those, Satsuki the Gamer on YouTube. Check me out.
As for me, you can find me on The Sea Tactics. I have a sponsored video coming out probably tomorrow on and it's sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co, by the way. And I want to say these are some of my probably the best sponsors I've ever had. I had such a good experience with them and their product that I'm ordering it. I'm paying for a monthly box now. They're that good, and I'm going to be doing that. It's going to be on is the whole video is going to be about, is Eren Yeager truly free or not? So if you're interested in that, check it out. As well, probably going to be working on another video about all the Demon Slayer people hating on it, stuff like that. So that's probably another one coming out this week. And I started up my second channel again, Bento. So every week I'm covering Jigo Kuraku. I'm probably covering Chainsaw Man tomorrow if a new chapter comes out. I always cover the new Chainsaw Man chapters there. Maybe Ancient Magus' Bride. We'll see. First episode of that was really good. And there's another series I'm covering on there, but I can't seem to recall or remember. So, but go check that out. Thanks everybody for coming out. I appreciate it. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Jenny.
Later.